Relates these people. Money is a great motivator, as you know, and people will actually do a lot of things. Michael Phelps. There was big hype over this with the network for Michael Phelps, the swimmer, the Olympian swimmer, and that he was going to swim side by side by racing a great white shark for Discovery Channel. And they've been pumping this up, I mean, like nobody's business. You know, people need ratings, and I understand. With the whole deal. People tuned in left and right to watch this Olympian do it. The shark that supposedly he was swimming with was not a real shark. No, it wasn't a plastic deal like they made in the movie Jaws. It wasn't like that. It was simulated. CGI for the big race. Phelps raced a CGI shark, so people thought what they were seeing on the screen was real, a great white shark. One tweeted over the weekend, Jack Sanders, he says, turns out Michael Phelps' race as a shark was really Michael Phelps swims alone and compares his time to a CGI shark's time. Another wrote in, I spent 60 minutes of my life watching a build-up to Michael Phelps' race, a fake computer-generated shark. I'm pissed. A lot of people feeling the same way. Unbelievably stupid. I guess if you knew something about sharks, you'd realize that Michael Phelps, though he seems to be extraordinary and certainly has a big achievement, this has got to be the most tackiest thing. I mean, it'd be like Evel Knievel saying that he was going to go over, his motorcycle over the Grand Canyon. All right. And then it turns out that it was just CGI. Evel Knievel, he would have never gone for that. This is just the stupidest thing that a network can do. So we not only have fake news on CNN, on the fake news network, this is FNN. Now we got the Discovery Channel, Discover Your World, where now they have to make up fake TV shows, right? Fake TV show. I always thought the reality shows were stupid and fake. These people don't act the same way they do in real life than when they know that you're following around with a camera. You think people are going to have, do you think you would have the same behavior if you were followed around with a camera? You had cameras in your bedroom and your bathroom and your shower and such. You think you're going to do the same thing? Come on. This is just dumb. Everywhere around the blogosphere, most of the people were pretty pissed off. What does Carly say? Let's read what Carly says. Carly says, I was way too pumped to watch Michael Phelps race that damn shark for it to be fake Shark Week is off to a horrible start. I mean, this goes on and on and on and on. It was a big Sunday night event, so if you missed it, Phelps was telling ABC News, Good Morning America, we're not in the water at the same exact time. I think that's one thing we want everyone to know. I was safe, which was number one. I had 12 to 14 divers underneath me when we were doing the race. 12 to 14. And, yeah, please mention the CGI. Because what people were watching on the screen was computer-generated. And believe me, that CG, well, you see the movies today. You can see how good everything is. It's absolutely brilliant. A lot of people didn't think that this could be done. But through CGI, it could. Here's the buildup. Here's what the networks were saying. Here's what Michael Phelps was saying. Let's listen in. See what he said.
People say you can't win. What do you say to those doubters?
It's hard, and I mean, when you're swimming in open water with current and cold water and something that they deal with every day where they can swim up to 25 miles an hour in any different direction, it's obviously very challenging, and it was a tough race, probably the hardest race I've ever had. I think that the odds are pretty stacked in the Sharks' favor, as I see, but you guys will have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we saw what happened. CGI. Again, stupid. Jeez, there is a backlash to the Discovery Channel. Seriously, and so many people. I mean, listen, if you're going to watch television, let it be quality TV. I mean, the adrenaline rush in itself for people to sit there and watch it, it's kind of like going to the fight night. When you're watching boxing, people get revved up. They make plans. They got their dips and they got their chips and their beer, and everybody's set up and they're getting ready to watch this thing. Man against beast, man against shark. And then it turned out all along, Michael Phelps was being followed by a computer-generated CGI. And you needed 12 to 15 swimmers to swim around you, on top of you, on the side of you to protect you from a computer? That is the most stupidest thing that I've ever heard. And I think it makes, to be honest with you, I think it makes Phelps look like crap. I'm really disappointed. It's not that Phelps actually needed the money, but really disappointed that he would actually succumb to these antics because it was deception. Oh, they had a great viewership, according to Nielsen. Millions tuned in for it on Sunday night to see it. Last night, folks. And you can watch it on YouTube. It looked real. I checked out the footage for myself. There's no doubt about it. Looked real. But of course, they made the shark win. And again, Phelps cannot even go near 25 miles an hour or more. Can you imagine a human being swimming at 25 miles an hour? And even Phelps said that he realized that sharks could swim in any direction and up to 25 miles an hour, where Phelps, at his highest speed, 6 miles? 7 miles an hour? I mean, that's it. How do you compete with it? There's no competition. But the average person didn't know. They didn't ask questions. They thought, I guess, somehow, if anybody could beat a shark in the water, it would have to be Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps, that would somehow, from the planet Krypton, become a superhero and beat the shark and break another world record of some kind. But it didn't happen. By the way, Michael Phelps, in case you didn't know this, a lot of people suffer from bouts of depression or severe depression, clinical depression, debilitating depression. Michael Phelps has been there, and he's got a foundation, which I think is terrific. He said he's been close to killing himself, and it's very important for him to be able to get the message out, been very transparent. I'd have to say this is one of the finer things that he's done next to what happened on the Discovery Channel, which I think was totally deplorable. Bad taste, if you will, completely bad taste. Not a good thing.
I'm also working towards a project with mental health. I've gone through at least 3 or 4 massive spells of depression, and one of them I didn't want to be alive anymore. So kind of going through this and having people understand that it's okay to not be okay. I think that's something that we all need to understand, and it's okay to ask for help. I've been able to overcome that and achieve goals that I've always wanted to. So, it goes back to me saying anything is possible, and I truly believe that, and hopefully we can change lives.
All right, that would have been nice if that was just the only thing. Would say, oh, that's such a nice thing that Michael Phelps is doing. But the network has got to take responsibility, and I would be embarrassed for Michael Phelps to be able to, to be associated with this whole thing, because he's got to know now, at least by now, how erroneous it is. But again, a lot of people don't follow promos and follow things or think things through. They just think, here's how many kids, how many swimmers around the world were just so pumped up to see Michael Phelps do this amazing thing in the water. And it's CGI and imposed on live television. I mean, just think about it. Now, if you were one of them, one of the captive audiences out there, I feel your pain. I understand. I mean, you were looking for the build-up, and you find out it was fake. I mean, seriously, we talk about fake news all the time, but now we got fake Discovery Channel. You know there's going to be something out there. This will be all over late night TV. It'll be interesting to see if we get the late night TV shows, the comedians, to actually make fun of this and see how much scorning is done to the Discovery Channel. But they deserve it. They discovered the ridicule of all of this. But that's just bizarre. And now it just makes me wonder, you know, how many fake shows and fake performances. Remember Britney Spears? She was being accused of lip syncing. She's not very impressive, you know, without it. She's just really not. She's not Mariah Carey. You know, she's just not all that great. But anyway, and she's done it. She's been accused of it. So many others have. But how many shows may have been CGI? The directors are so good at it, where you could superimpose maybe press conferences or things that you thought happened didn't happen. Some good CGI. I mean, technology has really become unbelievably, these virtual realities, these virtual worlds. There's programmers that are 24 hours a day designing virtual realities where some of these sci-fi movies make you believe that we're going to be there, where you just put these visors on and there you are. But listen, it fooled a lot of folks last night. That's my point. And it just makes me wonder if they can do that. I don't know if it's a test for something, but you think about how many bad things you could actually do with CGI. And you know, a lot of people are looking into that and saying, I wonder what I could actually do with CGI. You know, you could fake somebody's death. I mean, you could do a million different things. ISIS, imagine it falling into the hands of ISIS. I mean, you could, was it real? Was it fake? I mean, there's people that thought that the moon landing was fake and it was a Hollywood stunt. Oh, yeah, you got to bring that up. But now they didn't have the CGI. They had movie sets, but they didn't have computer generation. Now you can just cook everything up or any scenario into the computer, and there you go. Just look at the new Independence Day movie. Yeah, you got to see the second one. It was really good. I liked it. I mean, it's never good as the first now, but look at the CGI in Independence Day. That was unbelievable. I'm telling you, that was really, I mean, man, it's there. Now, some of it's just so, I don't know, I could say unrealistic, like you just kind of know in some of those movies, you're like, that would have never happened. It's a bunch of BS. But to me, if I'm going to watch a movie, some of you just can't, enjoy the movie. You got to, that wouldn't happen. I try to lose myself at the director, what he's trying to do, and not try to figure out everything and just enjoy it. But there's some things that are just so out there that, you just know that it was just a bunch of BS. But anyway, who's to blame here? Is it Michael Phelps or is it Discovery Channel? I'd like to hear from some of you that weigh in frequently, or if you've not weighed in on any of the things that we talk about daily, if you'd like to do this. It's not politics, but something different, kind of mixing it up on a Monday. But what do you believe on this? Who's to blame? Are they both to blame? Who's to blame? Who do we blame here? Or was it just for fun and we're making too much of an issue out of it? What do you say? Discovery Channel, they knew what they were doing. They were going for ratings. That's what I'm going with. They're going for the ratings. Michael Phelps made money off this. He didn't do this for free. This wasn't for charity. undisclosed amount of money that he made, but I would be willing to bet